Hello students, suppose in your family you have brother, sister, mother, father and you. See, though you are all from the same family, but you all have different blood groups, or you may have same blood groups. It's not compulsory that you all have same blood groups. You may have or may not have. See, we'll see the different groups was found by this Dr. Landsteiner. This Landsteiner, a German doctor, he divided human beings into four major blood groups: A, B, AB and O. This Landsteiner, he found four blood groups: A, B, AB and O. Now, to identify these blood groups, we'll do a activity. For our aim is identification of blood groups. Now, apparatus you need will be blood identification kit. See, this kit consists of all these. See, you need a blood identification kit, glass slide, wax pencil, disposable needle. Now, in this kit, you have anti-A sera, anti-B sera, 5 ml, 5 ml, anti-RHD sera, 5 ml. Porcelain white plate. You need a white plate like this, porcelain plate. Needle and instruction manual. See children, anti-A sera means, in our blood you have groups. Suppose you are a blood group A group. Your blood group is A. You have blood group A antigen. And at the same time you have anti-A also, anti-A substance, that we call it as antibody. Anti-A means opposite of A. See here, in the kit you have anti-A means opposite of A group, anti-B means opposite of B group. Why we are taking this means, in our body also you have, if you are A group, your blood group, you have anti-A also, you have A. Blood group A antigen and anti-A also you will have. Why it is present means, if suppose B blood group, if suppose you transfuse a B blood group, yours is a blood group, but if B blood group is given to you, this anti-A is there, no, that will attack this and form a clot. Now we'll see the procedure, how to do. Now you take one porcelain plate. This porcelain plate, and you draw 3 circles with the wax pencil. Now, afterwards, you place one drop of the anti-serum. You know na, you have anti-serum A, anti-serum B, anti-serum RH in the kit, no. On these circles, you put one drop of anti-sera A, B, RH near the edge of the circle. Now, you clean one of your fingertip and prick the fingertip with the sterile needle. Then you put one drop of blood on these circles. That blood should not touch this anti-A, anti-B, anti-sera. That blood should not touch. Now, afterwards you take a toothpick and mix this blood with this anti-sera. Then if this blood is mixed with this antisera, if see, if this clots here, if it become agglutination means clot, agglutination will appear as the grainy clumps of red blood cells suspended in a clear solution. See children, agglutination means clot. If this blood, if it mixes with this antisera, then this will, if it becomes clot, then it indicates that here it is opposite, this antisera means it is opposite of A. If this blood mixes with this, if it clots, then it indicates that this blood group is A blood group, because this is a blood group only forms the clot with this antisera, because it is opposite of A. Now if here blood clot happens, then it indicates that this blood group is B. If it does not happens, it might be A or O. Now if this, here we have taken antisera RH, no, if in your blood group RH is there, if it clots here, it indicates that RH positive. If it is present, it is RH positive. If it does not clot, it is RH negative. See children, one more thing I would like to tell. See, I told you there are 4 major blood groups, A, B, AB and O. See, this AB blood group is there, no, in this person's A antigen will be present, B antigen will also be present. The persons whose blood group is AB, na, they receive blood from all the persons, from all the other groups. So this AB blood group is called as universal recipients. That means they can receive any other blood group blood. Now the person whose blood group is O, na, they can donate to any other people. See, any other group they can donate. So they are called universal donors. See, AB is the universal recipients and O, blood group O, is the universal donors. Our result will be, now how you will write the result? See, this is anti-A, anti-B. Now we have checked, if anti-A is present, anti-B will be absent, then this we call it as type A. It clots. Anti-A, if suppose this blood is A, if this blood clots with this anti-A, because it is opposite of A, then this it indicates that this is the blood group A. If here the blood clots, here antisera B, no, if here the blood clots, then it indicates that it is blood group B. See, in AB and O, you have anti-A means opposite of A and no anti-B. Now in B, you have A antibody B and no anti-A. In AB, you have both anti-A and anti-B. In O, you have no antibodies. See, I told you that if in your blood anti RH is there, if it is anti RH means opposite of RH. If it clots with this, no, then it will be RH positive. If RH is present in your blood, then it is RH positive. RH factor is positive. If it does not present, RH factor is negative. Now we will see about this. See, I told you that animal tissues are of 4 types. See here, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue. We have seen the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue which protects and cover the body and internal organs, you know. Now, this connective tissue you have studied. Now, we will see this about this muscular tissue. Now, children, muscular tissue is of three types: striated muscles, non-striated muscles and cardiac muscles. See, muscles helps in the movement of hands, legs and some internal organs such as intestine. See, some small amount of muscles are also present in the blood vessels. These blood vessels will increase and decrease in the diameter because of that blood flows. Now, what muscles are responsible for the movement of hands and legs, internal organs, and they are present in the blood vessels also. Now, we will see the muscles are of three types. See here. Muscular tissue is of three types: striated muscles, non-striated muscles, cardiac muscles. See children, see, if you want to move a book or chair, if you want to move book or chair, it is your wish if you want to move, or you will move that and place that in another place. It is that movement is under your control. But if you want to stop heart beating, respiration, digestion, is it possible for you? No. It is not under your hand. It is not under your control. You cannot control the heart muscles to pump. Heart muscles are responsible for pumping the blood. You cannot control the heart muscles. So, the muscles which are under our control are called as voluntary muscles. The muscles which are not under our control, the movement of muscles, I am telling you, the movement of muscles which are under our control are called as voluntary muscles. The movement of muscles which are not under our control are called as involuntary muscles. See children here. Here, muscular tissue are of three types: striated muscle, non-striated muscle, cardiac muscle. See children, in striated muscles, these muscles are voluntary muscles. That means these muscles are also called as skeletal muscles because they are attached to the bones which are helps for the movement. See, these striated muscles, see here, these muscles have light and dark. See, these muscles have light and dark bands. See here, these muscles have light and dark bands, that we call it as striation. That's why these muscle is called as striated muscles. And see, there are many nucleus present. It is a multinucleated. This is multinucleated. Now see this non-striated muscle. It has only one nucleus, so it is uninucleated. Now this muscle doesn't have this, see, light and dark bands or striations. That's why it is called as non-striated muscles. Now see children, this cardiac muscle is present only in the heart. This muscle is present only in the heart. See children, this also has dark and light bands. This is also called as striation. It is also has striation, and it has many nucleus. See, it is multinucleated and it is branched, but here it is not branched. Now children, these cardiac muscles are present only in the heart. Now this cardiac muscle is also involuntary. This is involuntary, this is involuntary. These muscles are not under our control. This muscle is under our control. The movement of muscle is under our control. We will see. Now here, now striated muscles. Striated muscles means what? They are voluntary muscles. Means their movement is under our control. Here it is involuntary muscles. Means these muscles are not under our control. cardiac muscles are also not under our control. Now it is multinucleated, means many nuclei present, no, many nucleus is present, multinucleated. It is single nucleus is present. See here, single nucleus. See here, single nucleus is present. Here multinucleus is present. Here also multinucleus. So this one also has, cardiac muscles also has multinucleus. No, here uninucleated, means single nucleus is present. This one multinucleated, multinucleus. Now third one is, it has light and dark bands. This trait, it has striations. That's why it is called as striated muscle. It doesn't have no striations. No striations means nothing but light and dark bands present. This one also has striation, means you can write it has light and dark bands. It does not have light and dark bands. It also has light and dark bands. Now another one is, it is present in, striated muscles are present in, they are in, these muscles are attached to the bones. Muscles are attached to bones, which helps in the movement. Now these are present in, these non-striated are present in the iris. Example, this one is also example. Iris of eye, uterus. These movements are not under our control. And bronchi of our lungs. Now example, in which place they are present cardiac muscles, in which place they are present cardiac muscles, they are present only in the heart. Now if in the exam, if they ask about the muscular tissue, you can write like this. Muscular tissue are of three types: striated muscles, non-striated muscle, cardiac muscle. If they ask difference between striated muscle and non-striated muscles, you can write like this. If they ask difference between striated muscle and cardiac muscle, you can write like this. If they ask about to write about this, means you can write this one only. If they ask about to write about non-striated muscles, means you can write this one. See, if you learn this now, you can write. If they ask any type of question also, you can write. Now I told you, the movement of alimentary food in alimentary canal, it is not under our control. The contraction and relaxation of blood vessels is also not under our control. That we call it as involuntary. See, this one is involuntary, this one, these movements are not under our control. Where is the location? Iris of eye, uterus, bronchi. Here this one, cardiac muscle is heart. It is single nucleated. Here only single nucleus is there. This is uninucleated. They are unstriated, no striation. No striation. Here striation is present. Striation means nothing but presence of light and dark bands. See, the muscles present in the heart are responsible for the pumping of the blood. What is its function? Function is pumping of the blood. Heart pumps the blood, no? Pumping of the blood is in your hand. You can stop the pumping of the blood. No. That's why they are involuntary. Now we'll see the nervous tissue. Now here children, we have seen epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue. Now we'll see the nervous tissue. See children, if you put your leg on a nail or thorn, if you put your leg on nail or thorn, you immediately pull your leg, no? Why you pull your leg? Because as soon as you put your leg on the nail, you will get hurt, you feel pain. That pain immediately be received to the brain. This brain receives that. Then again this brain send signals to the muscles of the legs to remove the leg. Now As soon as you put your leg on the nail, you will experience pain. That pain will be transmitted to this brain. This brain again transmits the information to pull off a leg. So that is done by the nerve cells. See, I will draw a nerve cell. See here, children. Cells of nervous system are for transmitting the stimulus from one place to another within the body. See children, I will draw a nerve cell and these are the parts of the nerve cell. See, nerve cell has a cell body. Cell body is also called as cyton, axon and dendrites. I will draw. See here, it is very important. Nerve cell. See children, this nerve cell have a cell body. It has a branch-like structures called dendrites. One of the dendrite will be long. That we call it as axon. See, these are the nerve endings. This is called the axon. Some of the axon is covered by the myelin sheath. See. See children, this one is cell body or cyton. It is very important, you need to draw this nerve cell. This cell body consists of large nucleus and cytoplasm. In cell body, what you will have, cell body is also called as cyton. This consists of large nucleus and a cytoplasm. In this cytoplasm, you have granule-like structure called Nissls granules. See, cell body or cyton has large nucleus and cytoplasm. I told you now, this cell body or cyton consists of large nucleus. This is nucleus and cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, you have granules that we call it as Nissls granules. Now into this cell body only you have projections, no branch like. This we call it as dendrites. The long dendrite will form the axon. This whole is the axon. Remember, this is the cell body or cyton. In the cell body, you have cytoplasm and nucleus. In the cytoplasm, you have granules called Nissls granules. This branch-like structures is called dendrites. Now, this long dendrite we call it as axon. Some of the axon is covered by this myelin sheath. In between the myelin sheath, you have a node. See, this is between the myelin sheath, no? You have a node that we call it as Ranvier node. This one, you see here. This one is there, no? This one. This we call it as Ranvier node. This is the nerve terminals or nerve end. Nerve terminals or nerve end. Now again I am describing you, this is the cell body or cyton. In the cell body you have cytoplasm and large nucleus. In the cytoplasm you have granules called Nissls granules and this branch like structures is called as dendrite. One of the long dendrite is called axon. This whole one is axon. Some of the axon is covered by the myelin sheath. See, this is the myelin sheath. In between the myelin sheath you have Ranvier node and this is the nerve terminal or nerve ending. See here children, there are some projection arising from the cell body. See, some projections are arising from the cell body, no? That we call it as dendrite. See here, this is dendrite. Now, one of the long dendrite is called as axon. One of the longer projection is called axon. Some nerve cells are covered with the sheath called myelin sheath. See, some of the axon cells are covered by the myelin sheath. Now, between the myelin sheath you have, see this one, Ranvier nodes. See, nodes are present at the myelin Ranvier nodes. See children, this axon of a nerve cell is connected via dendrites of a nearby by nerve cell to form a web-like structure. See, I told you now it's a nerve cell. These are the dendrites. This is a cell body. These are the dendrites. Now it's a axon. Now these dendrites are attached to other nerve cell. See here, like this. It form a network. No, again it is attached. It can be attached here also. Now here another nerve cell. These dendrites are attached to the other nerve cell. No, so it is forming a network. No, yes, that's what here it is telling. Axon of nerve cell. Now this axon, this is axon. No, here nerve cell will be present here, connected to the dendrite of C. This axon is here. This is axon. No, it is see here. Here it is axon. No, this axon is attached to the dendrite of other see dendrite of other nerve cell. Now again I am telling you the parts. See, now this is a nerve cell. This whole here, it is the cell body or cyton. Cell body consists of large nucleus. In this cytoplasm is present. In this cytoplasm you have granules called Nissen's granules. This branch like structure is called dendrite. The long dendrite is called axon. Some of the axon are covered by the myelin sheath. In between the myelin sheath you have Ranvier nodes. These are the nerve terminals. These axon is attached to the other nerve cell to form a network.